This bag did not turn out to be how I envisioned it to be. There's so much fabric fraying. I didn't feel comfortable having this bag store bread. Designing and making the bread bag actually turned out to be a lot harder than I intended the project to be. If you have been keeping up with my projects, in my last blog, I explained the reason and requirements for this bag, as well as share the experiment I did with different fabrics to find one that was durable and easy to clean. It has been a few weeks, almost a month since I last did an update vlog on how that project is going. So in today, I'm going to update you of where I am at with that project, what I have done for the past few weeks, and where we are at now in this current state. Originally, I was expecting a simple drawstring bag that has a pouch to hold all the stuff I wanted it to have, and that was it. But it turns out to be a lot more difficult, and there was a lot of hiccups I ran into along the way. Here is a quick refresher of what I want this bag to achieve and what I have done so far. 1. Preserve bread freshness. Feature a handle and closure for easily transport to events like family gatherings. 3. Include a pouch for accompaniments like jams or cheese. 4. Being aesthetically pleasing, displaying bread in a rustic yet appealing manners. And lastly, be reusable and washable. Previously, I narrowed down the types of fabric into 4 different types. I didn't really go into details about the durability test I did in the previous vlog because the shrinkage test that I opted for was not really a durability test. The test was more about assessing the quality of the materials to see if it can still withhold its structure and its texture after going through a washing machine. And I shouldn't have called it a durability test. I should call it more of a washable and cleanability test. Rather than focusing on the durability tests such as abrasions, resistance, tensile strength, peeling, and tearing, I want to focus more on the quality of the fabric. And the reason for not doing the durability test is because I think it's a little excessive, especially since the bread that I'll be putting in this bag, it's really light. It's not heavy at all. And I'm not taking this bread bag up in the mountain, hiking or climbing a mountain. I also realized that in my previous experiments, when I did the cleanability test, I did it with a clean version of the fabrics. So I did another cleanability test, but this time I stained the fabrics first before running it through the washer and dryer. I also tested out which type of fabric keep the bread the freshest, the longest. I store sourdough bread in drawstring bags made from each materials for a week and assessed it for texture and flavor daily. Now let me show you my design that I come up with for this bread bag. The bag will look roughly something like this, where it will have a handle at the top and 2 drawstrings on the side, and the zipper pocket will sit roughly on the edge here. In an open position, the bag will fold over on the edges here so that you could display your bread, and it will sit flat on the surface with the handle pushing back behind it. This is what the bag looked like in reality. While sewing this, I ran into several challenges. First, I underestimate how much of this linen and cotton blend I have to make this bag. I made the bottom out of cotton canvas, this zipper outer edge out of cotton canvas, and this top piece out of cotton. I also decided not to use a lining for my bag to mimic my experiments. This results in so many strands of fabric everywhere. There's so much fabric fraying, and as a result, I didn't feel comfortable having this bag store bread. Lastly, this bag did not turn out to be how I envisioned it to be. This led me to design version 0.2. What I really didn't like about the first version was, first, the zipper overlay. Making a zipper overlay of an oval was a nightmare, so I decided to make a rectangle this time. Second, the top part of the pouch was meant to fold over. I didn't really like how shallow this top part is. I wanted it to be a lot deeper. Third, the width of the bag. The width was a little too narrow for me. I wanted a lot wider. Fourth, the handle. The handle was a little too long for my taste. Lastly, the overall look of the bag. The bottom base right here, the two-tone color is a little too shallow here. I would like this solid color to be a lot taller. The zipper pouch here is a little too wide because when you close the bag, it sits along this edge. I would like it to sit more on the inside of this edge seam. This brought us to where I am currently at with this project. I have since ordered more fabrics. Unfortunately, the fabric takes time to get delivered to my house, so I cannot complete it yet. While I wait for the fabric, there's a few things left to do with this project. I need to test out the new revised pattern to make sure that it is what I envisioned the bag to look like. Lastly, once the fabric arrives, hopefully I have all my designs and pattern finalized, I can then make the final products with the fabrics. That is the latest updates I have on where I am at with this project. Stay tuned for the completed projects in the upcoming weeks. And as always, happy sewing, and until next time, bye!